Hello, it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. And today we are doing a lovely, wonderful, juicy, flavorful reading on what does this person wish that they could say, convey, or communicate to you. But before we get started, I want to communicate to you that there is still somebody impersonating me over on Instagram. So if you want to follow me over there, because sometimes I do put readings out on my legitimate account, and my handle is jesspuckett.love, and it is linked in the description box below. And I highly suggest just copying and pasting that just as it is, so you know you're getting to my actual account. The fraudulent account has an underscore at the end, and it's really difficult to tell the difference between our two accounts because they have copy and pasted all of my intellectual property, every reading I've done over there onto their account. They're using my picture. The difference is that they, in their bio, like they say that they book personal readings via Instagram, and I don't do that. I can't stress that enough. I don't book personal readings through the YouTube comments. I don't book them on Instagram. There's only one way to book a personal reading with me, and right now that's actually through my Patreon. And there's a wait list, and it's just super important to me to have one way that you can book with me, just because I have anxiety and I like to be organized, but also like it does provide some protection for you, so you know that there's one way and one way only to get a personal reading with me, and you know that that way is legitimate. So yeah, just please be careful. I also just want you to know that I've been reporting it, and I know so many people who follow me over there, and also like my patrons have told me that they've also reported it. So it's getting reported. And from what I can tell, the process of getting a fraudulent account removed on Instagram is sort of murky. And I think Instagram likes it that way. Like from what I've read, they don't want scammers to know what their criteria is for taking down fraudulent accounts. And from what I've read from other people who have like had people pretend to be them, that it's just like several months after they report it, like one day the account just gets taken down, but there's not really a lot communicated about why the account was taken down, or even if it was Instagram that did it, or like if the account just, that person took it down themselves. So I don't know. I feel like I'm doing everything that I can do. But in the meantime, it's super important to be careful. I also have heard that they actually send people messages in their DMs, petitioning them for a personal reading and asking them to send money. I never, ever, ever do that. So please do be careful over there. But again, if you want to follow me over on Instagram, my actual account is listed in the description box below. And it seems like this is something that they do to like a lot of people. So I would just, if you want to go over and conduct business on Instagram, then, because I know there are legitimate readers who do book readings through Instagram. So it's just worth double checking the description box and making sure that like you're talking to the person that you intend to talk to, because it's like the scammy stuff is a lot harder to get a handle on over there on Instagram. But I did just want to let you guys know. It's been up for a couple months now, and it's like super frustrating. But I also want you to know that I'm being as responsible as I can by trying to get it taken down. So anyways, I have 3 piles here. Back to our juicy reading. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I will put the picture up for you guys, and I'll see you at your reading. Okay, wait, give me a second. Oh, I'm getting a song. Yeah, Tolerate It by Taylor Swift, where she says, I know my love should be celebrated, but you tolerate it. So I don't know if that was helpful, or if that means anything, or if you just want to give that one a listen. But okay, let's get to the bulk of this message here. So what does this person wish that they could say, convey, or communicate to you? Well, there is a lot here, and it is all contradictory. But actually, like, I immediately feel bad, like, after, I don't know, like, kind of like laughing at that person, I guess. Like, I didn't mean to laugh at them, but that makes me feel like maybe this person feels that they are often ridiculed or belittled because they are often misunderstood. Yeah, I feel that very strongly here for this person, because now I'm hearing that this person, they are not actually contradictory. And it's actually a nuance here in this person. And that nuance is indicative of how well developed this person is internally and how well balanced they are, especially in like their social space. I think this person might have a lot of social intelligence. And I feel like this spills over here, like into this situation, and also like how they think about you as a person. Like they take a very nuanced view of you and of whatever place it is that you met. And also, they want you to know, because it looks to me like this person has made a decision to move away from you in some capacity. And they want you to know that that decision was made in a very well balanced, thoughtful, and nuanced manner, which I'm not sure if that's comforting to hear or not. But now, okay, so now I'm hearing this quote from Abraham Lincoln, but I can't like get it exactly right, so please forgive me. But it's something like, "I must walk with a man when he walks right, but I must separate from him when he walks wrong." So I'm taking that to mean here for this person, you know, like how there's some people that when you're friends with them or something, they expect you to like always agree with them, and snitches get stitches, and you know, to never, yeah, just to like never challenge them or contradict them, especially like in a social sense. Now, like I said, this person has a lot of social tact, so I don't feel like they're going to throw you under the bus or anything like that. But this person doesn't really subscribe to that mentality. This person actually feels like you should be able to have differences like with someone in your connection, and you should be able to talk about them and maybe even value them, because this person has a lot of Gemini Sag energy here, possibly in their chart, and with this Venus like fire energy, I'm just getting that this is a person who very much values people for their differences and for like their different worldviews. And now I'm hearing that quote in my mind that's like, "When you correct a fool, he will hate you, but correct a wise man and he will thank you." And I just feel like this person has that more like second, like the wise man kind of a feel. So I'm not really sure exactly why that is coming across here, but I feel like there's something here about values, but I just have to like work my way up to this here. So another aspect of this person that they want to really convey to you and clarify is that this person did feel hurt here in your connection in some way. I'm just not entirely clear of what that is just yet. But another thing they do want to convey to you is that this person has a dual nature to them. But I feel like we almost have to take a page out of this person's book, right? Remember I said they're a very nuanced thinker. And so often, like when people say that someone is dual natured, for some reason there's like an automatic jump to like, that means that this person is duplicit, which is obviously like a lower vibration of someone being dual natured. And I'm not getting that at all here for this person. But nonetheless, I feel that when this other side to them comes out, their more masculine side is what I want to say. When it comes out, it is like very shocking and very jarring for people. And maybe this person feels that it would be something that would surprise you or that you would not expect from them. And I actually think you probably did see this side. I think this was the side that made the decision to like move away from not just you. It looks to me to be a place, but we'll get here. But yeah, so it can be very jarring, but I'm not seeing that this other side, it's not coming across as manipulative or duplicit in any way. It's actually coming off as like the very opposite. But I want to describe this person's duality because it looks very sophisticated. Like I think this person is very well developed and they have like a sophistication here to their energy and how they see the world and how they try to navigate the world here for themselves. But there's an aspect for some of your people where this dual nature is a temporary thing. It's more like a transitionary process from a state of being that they used to be in, but it didn't quite work for them. And so either this person wants to like, one possibility is that this person is trying to balance out their more masculine and feminine sides. They want to integrate them more, and especially this more masculine side to themselves, they want to give it more credence. But Another possibility is that this person wants to transition more to this like other way of being more fully. So this first side here, that I feel like I'm equating it like to this person's more feminine side. And I think this is the side to them that you might be more familiar with. This is the side of them that really likes to just get along with people. They love to go along to get along. And I'm hearing in my mind, like, I'm just so content to be sweet to you. And I can just say, like, I just want to pause because I can relate to this a little bit because I am a Gemini in Western. And I know that the way my Gemini nature kind of flips in, because Geminis can be like very abrasive and abrupt whenever they switch to their other side. And mine, I have this like same thing where I am like very content to be sweet to you. And I will be sweet to you as long as I can until I just can't anymore. And then you're going to get a very hard boundary. And I'm not sure if like, maybe this person's works like a little bit the same way, because I can see that this person's like super content to be sweet. Venus is an energy that's very diplomatic, and it says, I want what you want. Let's discuss it and let's figure things out, right? And you can be different and I can be different. Let's try to figure out a way that works for both of us. And I think this person actually would tell you that this side to them, I don't know if it's like that they were over relying on it, but eventually it just didn't work for them. And it might not have worked for them here in this connection, because one thing that they want to draw your attention to in regards to this side is that they always take this role of like the social smoother in their relationships, being the diplomat and trying to go along to get along. And what they've realized is that it ended up like they were throwing themselves under the bus a lot. And that's what has contributed to this just like rage. And a lot of times they feel very taken advantage of or pushed around. And now I'm seeing this scene, and I can't remember the movie, but it had Kate Winslet in it, and she played this like sweetie pie of a human being that was honestly just too nice for her own good. And she, of course, like loved this jerk person at her workplace. He was a high achiever, and he was just so mean. And but there was a scene. Oh, it was The Holiday with Cameron Diaz. But there was this scene where he says to her, "Yeah, I love you. You never say no." And it was like in that moment, everything like just became clear that he loved her for all of the wrong reasons. He loved her because he could push her around and he could walk all over her boundaries, and that she wouldn't stand up for herself. And you could just see like in that moment, she fell out of love with him. He needed to get away from her. And I think that this person had some kind of a moment here like that, maybe in your connection, but I think just overall in the course of their life. And that's why I'm saying I do think there's a bit of a sophistication here, because another aspect of this dual nature to them is it's a bit of an alarm system. It's a bit of a protection mechanism thing where this person, because they're content to be sweet and they like to put that side of them out into the world. And then, but they are very observant about like who loves them and for what reason, right? Like who's being like weird and gross and just likes that, that they always just capitulate. And like it's that's what I'm saying, there's like a nuance here, because this person actually doesn't mind capitulating, especially like in many specific circumstances. And you have one of them here, like with your energy, which I'll get to. But it can go too far is really like kind of what I'm getting here. So that's when this person's more masculine side like steps up. And here's this other side here to this person. But it's important to know that where this side comes from, this more masculine side to your person, again, regardless of their gender, we all have masculine and feminine sides, it actually is very well developed and it's very reliable. This person has I don't know what you know about them, but they have overcome some type of like very steep odds here in their life through their own willpower and individual effort. And it's because this person has high standards for themselves and they're able to overcome their own anxieties and their own vulnerabilities in order to serve higher causes, behave in like an honorable way, and to hit their high standards for themselves. And I think for this person, the high standards they have for themselves has to do with the way they treat people. And that's important to understand, because I feel like this is the origin story here of this person's duality, which has to do with this person has a lot of snakes around them, or they've dealt with a lot of manipulative types in their past. And I can't really tell from these cards if this person is equating this like noble chivalrous side with snakes, like if they feel like that's drawing it in or not. But this person, this side to them that you're probably familiar with that is very sweet, it's actually a sign of this person's strength. Because this person, because they hold such high standards for themselves in their relationships and in their, especially in their social realm, they will never, that's why they still put this side out, even though they feel like maybe they should be a little ruder or a little more tough or something. But this person's like, just because there's snakes in the world, I'm not going to deprive the world and the people, the majority of people in the world who need and deserve nice, kind, loving, generous energy from me. And I'm hearing listening to people in good faith is really important here to this person. I feel like this person has had a lot of people misinterpret their energy because they do not view this dual nature from a place of good faith, right? And so that's really where this origin comes from. Now, the reason it's a sign of their strength is because this side to them is so reliable that like it will rise up, but it flips and it can be very, very jarring. So I get the sense that you kind of know with this person when you've like kind of crossed the line, not necessarily when you've crossed their boundaries, just in general, like, but definitely when you cross their line, because there's an aspect to this person where they argue for your side. Like this is a person who likes to think very much of other people and always considers other people's perspectives and points of view. And this is a person that will, like, if they have a problem with you, they might not even say it out loud. Instead, they'll argue for your side even within their own head. They'll be like, well, it's a Friday and they didn't get to take their lunch until like 3 p.m. and they have so much going on and a lot of it is probably more important. So I'm just going to let this slide. They probably didn't mean to. But then it's like you're up to 6 or 7 Fridays in a row and this person is like, wow, like they probably just don't care about me at this point. And that's when it starts to build anger and resentment here with this person. And that's when this other side will really rise up. Okay, so another thing that I feel like this person wants to convey to you is like that they take a very nuanced perspective here of you and of your energy. And I can't tell if this is divided into like a workspace and a social space. That definitely could be like an aspect of this. One thing this person wants to convey to you is that they have an immense amount of respect for you, especially in like a professional sphere or something where you are an authority. This person respects your authority. And the side of them that is very feminine and like does just like to go along to get along, it trusts your more authoritative side here. And I think that if this is a work connection, I feel like it's got to be one where you're also encouraged to have a more social aspect to your relationship. And that's where you probably ran into problems here with this person. And I'll explain that more here in just a second. But if this had just been a work connection, I think things would have been fine because this person greatly respects you, like in a work environment. There is a sense that you're not just standing around converting oxygen to carbon dioxide. Like you know how to get things done. There's also a sense that you have a big, broad mind, that you're very cultured, you're very well educated. You are able to like maintain a lot of different information rolling around in your brain. A lot of you are very good business people. You're very good at making business decisions. Possibly you're good at like allocating resources and things like that, maybe managing money. And this person very much trusts that side of you. And actually, I'm getting that with the Hierophant here. And like what this person wants is like they want a structured relationship with you that is hierarchical. Because I feel like this person on some level has kind of identified that like their values are very important to them. And for some reason, I think they don't feel valued by you. Yeah, tolerate it, right? I know I should be celebrated, but they feel tolerated like around you and not appreciated and not seen. And that's what I really want to get into. I'm trying to like really make this point because I can tell that the like spiritual, the higher function here of your connection is that you both came into each other's lives in order to teach each other Venusian lessons. So I feel like you're part of that, like what you're teaching this person is like how to have these stronger boundaries. Like, and you're teaching this by example. How to go after the things that you want and not to feel bad about it, that kind of thing. How to have a backbone. Like, I feel like you have a very strong energy. Now, this person is teaching you things here as well, but I want to kind of like work my way up to this. So, I feel though that like, and this person like feels like there could be some pushback here on your side from like this next thing I'm going to say, where like they feel you don't see yourself here in this light, and that you have probably like something you could point to be like, no, of course I don't do that. But then this person feels like the energy isn't there to back it up. So I do just want to remind you that you may have a different perspective here on this, but I'm just going to share this person's perspectives. They feel like you don't value other people's value systems, and that really bothers this person, and it actually caused this person a lot of hurt. So here's what I mean, because maybe you have done a lot of traveling, or you have a lot of education with this Mercury Sagittarius type of an energy. This is very much the vibe of somebody who would like travel around a lot, explore a lot, learn a lot, and then want to settle down like in a place that's like peaceful. So how am I trying to describe this? You clearly have different values. And this person has identified that your values and their values are different. They think that your values are more worldly and they're more structured. They think that you very much concern yourself with questions of title, position, who has the authority here in the situation, who makes the decisions. Like those kinds of questions are super important. And that's fine, because this person actually feels like they value you for these things, even though it's not their value system. So they feel like they're being fair and diplomatic to you and to your energy by judging you based on your own rubric that you picked for yourself in your life. And they're glad that you've like fulfilled that and that you've experienced some level of success. But they don't feel like that energy is returned to them, because they feel like on some level you feel like you could possibly have like a hollow sort of a conversation, and maybe you can nod your head and you can listen, and you can like parrot back certain statements. But at the end of the day, this person feels like you truly believe that your value system and your perspective is superior, not just to theirs, but possibly to all others. And because you hold some kind of position here, this person feels like you would actually pull position and you would pull rank. Even if you like initiated a conversation about someone's values. And if it's not you, then it's an energy around you that you would not check. That you possibly wouldn't check. So they feel like the power is entirely in your hands to make this not an issue, to make this not a factor, and that you have not done that. So, and the reason being is because this person feels like when you look at them, you judge them through your own lens. You like look at them through your own rubric. You don't see their rubric. For some of you, they feel like you haven't really even taken the time to find out what's important to them and what they want out of their life and how it's different than yours, and to just listen to why it's different and not insert your own opinion, or like, or they feel like they can just feel that you disagree and that maybe you're judging them, and they don't like that, and it hurts them. And they feel like you tolerate them. They want to be around people that celebrate them, even if it means celebrating differences. And they feel like you don't do that. And instead you make very like worldly, moves and things like that. And because this person now feels disrespected, they feel angry. And so that's why they feel like they need to move away from you here. For some of these people, they flat out feel betrayed and abandoned. It's like it's happening here on a gradient. Some of you, like, because some people here, it's like there was just a misunderstanding and they didn't feel like, you valued their values. But for other people here, it's like they feel you abused your position of authority here in their life. And this person kind of doesn't want to argue with you. They really don't want to open themselves up. They don't want to share themselves with you because they don't trust you not to hurt them, to be honest. So that's where this person's lessons that they're teaching you in regards to Venusian themes is really coming in. Because I think a lot of you do have questions Like, I think you watch this person and you see that they are very social and that they get along with a lot of people. And I think some of you have questions about like the state of your own relationships, and the state of your relationship with this person. Like, why can't I maintain a healthy relationship with this person? Or why can't I build and maintain relationships like this person can? And it's because of this Venus energy. So Venus rules over relationships, quality, value, and it also rules over choice. And I actually feel like this is a strong past life connection. I know not everybody wants to hear that, but I do. And it's almost like every single time you tell yourself, because you love this person. The question is not about, like, in your mind or in their mind, the question is not about whether or not you love them. This person just thinks you love something else more. And I feel like that's a pattern that really comes in from past lives. You always love this person. It's a very natural connection. You see value here in this person. You always love something else more. And you tell yourself on some level that it need not impact your connection with this person, right? And maybe this is something replicated in your other relationships as well. I'm not really sure, but it always does, because that is the nature of Venus. So you're here basically to learn from this person that it's all one energy, right? So basically, the quality of your relationships very much depends on your values. So the relationships that you build and nurture in your life, they have a worldly quality to it. And I feel like you don't quite catch on to this because you align yourselves with people, places, and things that have similar worldly goals. And so you don't necessarily notice that this energy is sabotaging like your other relationships here. Because similarly to how you love and value this person, but you love something else more, and that something else seems to be very worldly, like its position, prestige, money, power, whatever. That's how these other people and this energy around you views you. This very easily could be a corporate structure, by the way. Like, that's how corporations, they view people as like cogs in the wheel, They just need you to like fulfill that function or like get out, that kind of a thing. But this also just could be like other people, the types of people that you are in relationship with. And here's what I feel like you don't quite realize is that these other people love you. Like, that same pattern is like playing out. They might love you and they might have an appreciation for you, but they love something else more. And so if you are not the manipulative energy here in this dynamic that's playing out, then this other energy around you, when you start to have genuine connections with people and you value people for real reasons and not for any type of like monetary gain or value that they bring to the table, this energy around you views it as a threat. And so they'll either put you in a catch-22 position where you then have to make a choice between nurturing like a real and genuine connection. I feel like this goes way beyond this person. Like, this is like a very broad lesson for you. Or this very manipulative energy that's very worldly, like, because they're not going to put what they stand to gain from you materially at stake. This person will cause harm to this other energy, whether it's this specific person, probably, or just people overall that want to come in and have like a genuine connection here. So that's what this relationship is supposed to teach you. And I feel like it's supposed to help turn things around kind of 180 degrees. So for some of you guys, I feel like you want to send a message here to this person in order to like smooth things over. But this person wants there to be like rules and structure. And I feel like this person, they feel like they don't really trust you not to hurt them. So I think they're just like, yeah, you be the boss and I'll do what you say. And whenever we fall into that dynamic together, we can be around each other. And whenever that's not the case, I'd rather hang out with someone else, All right, let's just get a few messages here from your person. Okay, I want to see you. I can't keep picturing you with them. Well, I want to show you something here, but let's read the rest of these. I've been through worse. I'll be fine. I am not who I seem to be. That's all this like duality energy we've been picking up on. I'm going through a lot right now. I hope you can't tell. I feel like this could be this like transition process and dealing with like all this pent up anger and rage. You communicate with me through music. What would you think if you knew? And I am protecting myself. So, okay, like, what do we have? I can't keep picturing you with them. Like, look here. This looks like a couple, doesn't it? And then you have the Hierophant right here next to it. Now, this could be many things, but I mean, it could be a marriage. The Hierophant also to me is like institutional energy. It's very hierarchical, and this could be like a manager, an assistant manager, or something here like that. But I mean, if you're looking at it here like a marriage, you know, the King of Pentacles, this is like, I love this card. I always get like a lot of good vibes from it. Like, to me, this is somebody who like strives a lot for themselves. They are a builder. They work really hard. They have very high standards for themselves. But one quality I usually get with this card is that these can be people that like associate with people with bad reputations. They can like draw kind of sycophantic energy towards them. And, you know, with the Nine of Pentacles being right here, this is like an independent card. You know, it's the pre-Empress card. It's like pre-relationship. So there's an independent aspect here. And it's also Venus in Virgo, which is actually like, it has very lovely qualities to it, that energy. But Venus debilitates in Virgo. So sometimes I can get that there's like some kind of like romantic problems or issues. Because like maybe somebody is like very independent at heart. They're not really like built to be in a relationship where they can be overly focused on money or something like that's coming through. So I feel like there could be a weird mismatch here of two people and what their intentions are, you know, especially with this coming out like right by the Hierophant card. So anyways, that's just something that came through here as well. Like that. So there's a lot that's like kind of going on here, but there's clearly something that is impacting this connection. And I feel like when this person moved away from you, they moved away from like a place. It's not just you. I think it's like a physical place. So yeah, that is what I have for you guys. Pile number one, just to remind you, we have the song NF, Remember This, and the one I was getting earlier, Tolerate It by Taylor Swift. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, pile number two. What does this person wish they could say, convey, or communicate to you? Well, there's definitely crushy feelings here and warm feelings. And there's also a sense that this person feels like they messed things up with you, but they didn't mean to. And I also feel like the way that they messed things up was very much unlike them. Whatever they did or didn't do, or whatever they said or didn't say, or like how they said it, how they came across, it's really not how they intended to come across. And I feel like it's not how they usually do things. So they want to make that very clear. I feel like this person wants to do a lot of clarifying here, and maybe even like some apologizing, because I hope that you can forgive me one day. So, okay, I think this person wants to clarify like how they see you and the situation, how they see themselves. So first, like this person thinks that you are beautiful, like the total package. You're beautiful inside and you're beautiful outside. You are very well balanced, very well measured. I feel like a lot of this comes through in your speech, but it's also just how you present yourself in conversation and in a social situation. And you come off very balanced in your skill sets. Like you're very socially intelligent, but you're also very maybe academically intelligent, or you have a lot of information about a lot of different things. This person feels like you brighten up every room you're in. You enliven every conversation that you're a part of. I think you have something genuinely smart to say and add to every conversation that you have. And this person really does just love this. I really do get a sense of this person just like watching you from across the room, having different conversations with people and connecting with a lot of different people, watching you have fun and socialize and communicate like with a bunch of your friends. And it's almost like this person was collecting information about you. They were picking up on, this sounds weird, they were picking up on your patterns, your speech patterns, your mannerisms. This sounds so weird, but I'm not getting like a nefarious vibe from this. But of course, tarot does happen on a gradient. So if you feel like you're scared of this person, then, I would lean into that. But it's not coming across that way here in the cards. So I feel like for most of you, that's not the case. I feel like this person wanted to come towards you. They did. They wanted to like make their move. I certainly feel like this person wanted to take your relationship to the next level. There's a sense of them wanting to go deeper with you, wanting to clear up their own confusion about you. And I've gotten this energy recently, like on the channel, but it's like this sense that it's super unusual for this person to waffle and to not know what action they want to take in any given moment, how they want to come across, how they're going to say this, how they're going to do that. But there's something about you, and it has to do with like maybe a brainier approach or feelings. Maybe this is like, the way I want to say this is like, maybe this person has a one-track mind, but you are good at multitasking. Like I just said, you have a social emotional intelligence, but you also have like a left-brained intelligence to you as well. And so this person was picking one that they were going to like address you with. That's like one possibility here. They were definitely trying to determine their approach. And I feel like there's something super unusual about that, because this person really is about taking some kind of decisive action. And so they feel like they gave you the impression that they didn't want a friendship with you, or they didn't want a relationship with you, that they didn't want to take things to the next level when they really did. And so they caused this person to stagnate. And I feel like this person doesn't usually stagnate, like at all. It's super, you're like, this feels weird coming from this person. And this person's like, it's super weird coming from me, And that ultimately led you to having to make some kind of a big decision to move away. Maybe, like if this was your boss, like maybe some of you guys quit your job, or something. There's also a sense that this person felt like they had more time to deliberate, to make this decision. And they feel very, very badly about that. Now, there's this person, they also would want to communicate like about themselves and about their routine, because this is a person, I can't imagine you don't know some of these things, but like this is a person who has like a lot of responsibilities on their shoulders, like on a routine basis. And not only that, but I get the sense that this person has a lot of information and data and communication around them, like at all times, and that they really have to like process and make sense of. For some of you guys, like there's something here about like the law, where it's like they have a lot of little tiny pieces of information they have to manage, and they have to do it according to some kind of like authoritarian structure or some kind of code, like a building code or something like that. And this person also, I get this sense, I'm hearing like, well, November was a really bad month, or whatever month it was. And it has to do with, there's a person around them or an energy around them that I feel like they've had to bring a lot of their attention to. And I think this person might be like an assistant or somebody who helps them manage their routine or manage their communications or all this data or something. And this person is a little bit of a wild card. And take that however it resonates, because for some of you, this person is like intentionally sabotaging this person. They do it for their own amusement, but they do it sparingly. So this person just kind of rolls their eyes and like lets it go. For others of you, maybe this person, like they're onboarding or they're new at their job, and this person has to double check like everything that it is that they're doing. But they keep this person or this energy, because maybe this is a computer program or a system or something. It's like they keep it around because they love this person or they love this program or there's some kind of nostalgia to it or something. But I feel like this person feels it got in the way here of things. So this person just wants to clear away like all of this sort of confusion. They definitely want to take your relationship to the next level, and they want you to know that. Like, they want you to know that they were acting out of character. They want you to know that they were super busy and that they think very highly of you and that they love you unconditionally. And finding out the truth crushed them. This to me just looks like a very cataclysmic event. I think it was sudden, it was unexpected, and I think that maybe you had to make a judgment here about this person and their actions or lack thereof. It's less about something that they said. I'm really getting the sense that this person has recently like seen something about you. You know, it's like some kind of picture, some kind of blurb. They've gotten some kind of information about you, and it makes them think of you in a high way. But this person also feels like you don't want a one-on-one relationship with them in a Libra manner, which Libra is not. Like, Libra is an equal give and take. So that's like an equal partnership, or that is where there's no hierarchy. It could be, I think it's like a friendship, something that is more casual, or that they feel like you don't want to talk to them. You don't really want to communicate with them. I get that there's another person involved here. And it could have been a bureaucracy like their job or something that was watching to see how they were going to make this decision in regards to you. Yeah, and if they were going to follow through here on their responsibilities or something like that. So this person, they love you. There are warm feelings here. Like, this person thinks that you are really, really beautiful. This person, there's something here about very painful lessons. They think that you have had to learn very painful lessons, but I think this was also a painful lesson for this person, that you don't want a relationship with them, that they didn't have as much time as they thought they did, that they weren't coming across in the way that they thought they were. And maybe you thought bad of them. Maybe you thought they were, Knight of Swords, being impulsive, being angry, being nitpicky, being all about their wealth, or their being all not about their job and their actions. This person is about their actions, and I do actually think this person tries to conduct themselves with a bit of nobility, even if the energy around them is not noble. And I think for some of you, flat out, this energy around them is non-negotiable. It's like this person, and I think it's not just for you. It seems like it's for more than just you. This is a tough energy, and people don't like to put up with it. But this person does. Or they don't mind. They are defensive around it, but they, so this could just be like some kind of legal code or something where they're like, I know it's tedious and I know it's annoying, but I really like it, you know? So this person just wants you to know that they feel like this ending between you is pretty permanent because you don't want to talk to them, and because they have given you the wrong impression of themselves. They really do wish that they could reconcile with you. I think this person wants to invite you to some kind of an event because, again, I don't think they think that you want a one-to-one relationship with them, but that maybe this person will see you in one of the common places that like you go to together, like the cafe or knitting circle, or the tractor pull, whatever it is. I'm just coming up with things. So, this person wants to deepen their relationship. They want to take their approach. And I think even now, this person feels like you would not accept their cup if they brought it to you. I think this person thinks you have a lot of options in love because people just like to be around you. This is for friends. This is also for romantic relationships. There's just a lot of people who want your attention. So now this person's holding themselves back from that. But if this person did make you a promise that they were going to follow through on something, they want you to know that they are going to follow through on that. And and they also do want to send you like an invitation to their birthday, or they're hoping that like they will reconcile with you in some sort of a social situation here. where they can watch you creepily from the side of the room once more. I'm kidding. Get some messages here from this person. Okay, you are such a good listener. I actually do think this intimidates this person. You are such a good communicator, and you really see and you really listen and you really drop in with the people that you're with. I get the sense that this person's kind of a busybody. They're always moving around the place, and so they don't so much. Maybe that's part of what's intimidating them. There is a sense that you are smaller than them, but somehow this person, it's like a Great Dane being intimidated by a Chihuahua or something. I want to spend quality time with you. This person feels like you're a quality person. You make quality connections. You are so hard to read sometimes. Interesting. I see you're doing well. It's really amazing to see. There's a side to me I'm not sure you would understand. Maybe it's this side that likes all this weird stuff. There's so much I want to say but haven't. This person doesn't think you're interested. What would you think if you knew? This person is hiding something here. I want to do something nice for you because this is legitimately a nice person. Well, I mean, not that they don't have their moments. I'm sure they do. And this person's clearly got something in their closet here. But this person has nice feelings towards you. You know what I mean? They feel you're lovely. Just ignore this nervous preening. Why am I so sweaty? I just feel it's not usual for this person to feel intimidated or to be put on the defensive. I want to travel somewhere with you. That might make it easier for this person. I think they want to take you somewhere like on a day trip or take you to lunch or I'm really feeling that this is an office connection. I feel like this could be your boss or someone that like a contractor or something that you had to work with. That's like the vibe that's coming through in my mind. So I feel like this person might be like, they just want to be like, do you want to get out of here? Do you want to go grab a burger real quick? You know, and that would put this person at ease, you know, where you guys just got to interact like in a social way. My feelings for you are secret, and that might be because you're in a work situation or something. You are an amazing leader, social leader for sure, thought leader as well. Why won't you tell me how you really feel? There's a lot of questions here about your feelings. You're really good at what you do. I really admire you. You're a talented person. You really are. And you come across very polished and very well balanced within yourself. There is something fundamentally different between us. That is evidenced here by like this miscommunication that is really going on. Although I feel that this person didn't behave in their usual manner. So that's something that's interesting here as well. But you're on different levels here in some way, and I think like the Three of Pentacles for me is a collaboration card, and it's about valuing different levels of experience. Hold on here. So I think this has to do with your positions, and that's like factoring in here. So it's not that you're incompatible, so to speak. I think this has to do with like whatever positions you're taking here in this scenario, in this situation. So that is what I have for you guys, pile number 2. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys. Pile number 3. What does this person wish that they could say, convey, or communicate? Well, I would like to convey that this is a lovely person and I can see why you like them, and I would just want to curl up in this person's lap and sit there for like half of eternity. But they're lovely, and this is a very spiritual person that you're asking about. So everything that they would want to say or convey does come from a very high-minded, not in an arrogant way, but they are trying to hold themselves up to some sort of high standard, and they would want to convey that, if not communicate that directly. This looks like it could be a third-party situation, possibly on both sides. And when I'm saying that here for this pile, I am actually feeling that it's a high likelihood here that there could be a marriage or a relationship involved. There also could involve some sort of institution that is like a middleman and is keeping you apart, or like an authority figure or something. But I am getting that there's a high possibility of a marriage or a relationship on either side. And I think this person wants to address that in some sort of, like I said, spiritual, because this person's worldview, and it might not have always been this way in the past, but it could very well have been, but this person's worldview is coming up in the cards as exalted and as very spiritual in a very truthful kind of a way. Like this person kind of walks the talk. They practice what it is that they preach. And so this person would want to address that. And I think if this person could maybe speak with you on the astral or talk to you in a bubble where nobody would ever get hurt based on like what it is that they're saying, because this person's been hurt in the past and they don't want to hurt other people, but they would tell you that they find you very tempting, very, very tempting. And I'm hearing like you look really good, just like on a lot of levels, because you're also someone, you have a lovely energy about you. Like there's a lot that's very similar. I heard the word copacetic again. Why do I keep hearing that word? I never say that. Anyways, yeah, like there's something very copacetic about your energies. Like they do go very well together. And this person, they kind of feel like, if that's the way that things would have worked out, like this would have been nice. It would have been lovely. This person does have a lot of respect for your energy. You're coming across here as a builder, as someone who's very stable, somebody who has worked very hard for, and like over a long period of time for something here. And there is something very beautiful and elegant about your reputation, and possibly about like, you have an energy around you that is very organized. It's almost, it's like, maybe you're good at organization, but everything around you is like organized and beautiful or elegant. It's almost like you're the container or you're the stem that allows for the flower to really grow. And this person wants to say, look at that little bud. Like, see, you've got a flower here. And I think they think that you have quite a nice and stable, lovely reputation. This person would want to convey that, like, even though they find you very tempting, they feel like it's their own, like, siren is someone who lures the sailors from their path and then eats them, So this person doesn't want to lure you from your path, and they don't want to be lured from their path. Like, even though this is like a very tempting situation. And that's what I'm saying is, like, I do think this person would want to convey that, they would like for each of you to use this energy to honor the other, So say this is a third party situation. I do think there needs to be some kind of like forgiveness here in the situation, forgiveness of self, forgiveness of other, neutralizing of the energies, and like moving on. And this comes like this person, I feel like another thing they would say, and I think the person you're asking about here is very insular in some way. This is definitely someone who has a lot going on inside of them, like at all times. And I feel like that activity, that internal activity, has recently elevated. Because I don't know how much you know about this person's past. I kind of get the sense that this person can be vague about that. And this is a weird thing to say, but I think they might be protecting the people that hurt them. And they might be an Empress energy, the people who hurt them. Or Taurus energy, where it's like maybe beautiful or authoritarian or abundant or something like that. But this person, it was very much this person's been through it, I really think, and in a very real way, but they have turned a corner with that. This person would try to say that to you, that they're working on healing. This person is going through a big process of healing and also of growing their own spirituality. This is somebody who really does have their sights on some type of moksha or liberation. And this is an extreme statement that I'm about to make, but I think for some of your people, they could be enlightened. Because the cards are being very clear that this person has an exalted worldview. I'm not talking about any sort of like a fake spiritual worldview where someone wears their spirituality as an egoic badge of honor. I mean, this person is sincere about their spirituality, and they let their energy do the talking, really. And they really do want to experience liberation, and they want to walk the straight and narrow path. And so either that's already happened where this person, or they experience like sharp moments of enlightenment, and this would be one. But the cards are definitely saying that this person could reach that level of existence, like here in this lifetime, this perspective. I'm almost getting for some of your people like they've gotten their angel wings, and I feel like this person is heavily spiritually guided here through this time. Now, I get the sense that this person, again, I don't know how much of this they would open up to you about, but they have ended a huge cycle in their life. And it was honestly a huge spiritual cycle for this person to end. And so the energies around them have started to shift and change. And part of that is that they're bringing forth like latent talents that have been within them. And I do think that this person is having like a very natural, beautiful, moderate, balanced, peaceful, creative energy that just emits from this person. They're in full bloom, is what I want to say. Like, yeah, and I'm hearing the glory of God. This is so weird to hear like all of this stuff, but I really do think that I attract like very spiritual people to my channel. Thank goodness, what a blessing. And this person is like, they're in some way they're blooming. And I think this person might have some kind of creative project that they're doing. They're feeling strong. They're feeling balanced. They're feeling proud of something here. And I think this person, like Spirit is saying, this is a naturally talented person, but because they had to deal with so much muck, because I'm hearing the lotus flower, you know, the lotus flower is surrounded by mud, but it blooms. And there's been a change in this person's perspective as well. Because when people talk about the lotus, they say things like, you know, when you look at it from the perspective of the lotus flower, it's like, oh, this is like all mud here. But if you look at it from the mud, it's like, wow, what glory that the lotus flower grew here, you know, how hopeful, how beautiful, you know. And so I think this person is like shifting the way that they're looking at things, and they're realizing that things don't have to be perfect, and they don't have to be perfect for them to live a whole and beautiful life, for them to try. And so I think this person is getting ready to experience some kind of big change here in their fortune, and that's what they want. And this person, they're doing that through their spirituality. I think this person would talk about, you know, God and fate, however they want to describe that energy of like, you know, it's out of my hands, you know what I mean? Like, especially if this person's married, or if you're married, they don't want to be the cause of anyone's pain or anything like that. They would say they want to look at things logically. I think this person wants to assume responsibility for something. And that's in part why this person is going through such a change, is because that's something I think they'd want to communicate as well, is like, they feel they are the root of all of the blessings and all of the discomforts that they experience in their life, or they're looking at the place where they can change those things. They're looking at their own state of empowerment. And so this person does want to own up to their part in things. And they want to say, look, this was my part. It could have to do with perspective in the past, or because this is, they find you very tempting. This is a very sexual connection, but there's a development here of the high mind. My life is not as together as it seems. I feel like this is more of a past energy from this person. I don't think it was like one moment, it's night and day, you know? But I think this is an energy. I think this person's secretive about problems that they could have had in their life because of their spiritual beliefs or something like that. This is a person where they have very high expectations of themselves, especially morally speaking. And they would want to convey that. They also believe in like their own individual effort. They believe in serving higher causes. I think this person might have some sort of spiritual ritual. I'm strongly getting meditation. I'm hearing crown chakra. I think this person has recently, like, they're very psychic, they're very intuitive, they've opened their crown chakra. This person wants to be, if you do know this person to be married, or in a like a long-term relationship, they love that person and they gain a lot from that person. Like, maybe that's monetarily or in some sort of material stability, but I mean, I'm thinking they're seeing this as like they learn a lot of their spiritual lessons there. They feel supported by this person and they see you in a similar energy where they might think there's a little bit of worldliness here, a little bit of like pretending, but overall they think that you're getting what you want out of your partnership, whatever that is, you know? And they want to say that here. Okay, we have Tin Man here by Miranda Lambert. Hey there, Mr. Tin Man. You don't know how lucky you are. You shouldn't spend your whole life wishing for something bound to fall apart. If you ever felt one breaking, you'd never want a heart. And there's a part in that song where she says, you give me your armor and you can have my heart. Like, this person, I think, has been a bit of a bleeding heart in the past. And they have turned this kind of a corner where there's persons trying, like, another part of this, I think this is tying into this newfound strength that they have, is they have overcome some type of adversity. And it's like this person wants to live a good life. Don't get me wrong. And they want it to be abundant. Your type of abundance they see as being a little bit more worldly. But their type of abundance is very, like good fortune and joy and smiling and health. And, not that those things don't come from money or anything like that. I feel like it's just, it's like you both want similar things, but you skew more this way and this person skews more that way. And this person doesn't want to become attached to any of it. They really do practice non-attachment, and or they're trying to. This person wants to be very purposeful in their actions. They want to tell you that they feel capable, and they're starting over. I think this person, I'm just seeing a kneecap. Like, this person's turned a big corner in their life, and they feel like they're very much starting over. I regret lying to you. I think they regret not opening up and being more forthcoming about the things that they were dealing with here in the past. I really think this person could be protecting a mother out of responsibility, or this is like a home situation. They say don't bite the hand that feeds you. So something in that energy of like the hand that feeds you. This person has really tried to be polite in the past. And I always think of this myself, but I'm like, that's the way my mind is saying this, of like, there's a difference between being nice and like polite and performative and being truly good in your actions. Because sometimes that means making the tough decisions, having the teeth, right? And that's where I feel like, this person realized they needed a little bit of armor. I think this person's very giving. I think they want to walk away here from this connection. They're feeling like this person might even say, like, even though we're very drawn to each other, we need to let each other go. And that's the way we honor each other here in this place. I don't want to desecrate you. I don't want to pull you from your path. I don't want you to pull me from my path. This person sees you as very, maybe you live in like a rural area or a place where there's not very many people, but this person sees you as being very guarded and very guarded, yeah. And I think they associate you with a business. Maybe it's a family business or a business that requires you to have some sort of like legacy reputation or something. It requires you to be the Joneses. I'm hearing to be the Joneses. And so this person is saying, like, I really hear no judgment coming from this person's side. They're like, if that's what you want to build, then you should build that, And this person just kind of wants to like leave well enough alone. This person, They might want to do like a lot of charity work or something like that, where they're just being very giving here and of their energy or of their skill set. This person really is trying to develop their high mind. And I know when people talk about people striving to be their best, that a lot of people who are in like lower vibrational energy will try to tear that down, or they're trying to say that someone's being like high and mighty or a goody two shoes. We have a lot of like name calling that for people who are really trying. I'm telling you though, it's sincere coming from this person's side. Like from what I'm seeing, it's very, very sincere. They are going through, they're not looking at you. They're not trying to look at you. They're very internally focused. They are probably doing a lot of meditating. They're balancing out their energies. There's a lot of harmony and happiness around this person here at this current time. They feel like they are blending some elements within themselves. And I think for some of you, these people have a story of being more religious or coming from a background that was more rigid and maybe authoritarian. I'm strongly getting there's like an authority type energy in order to get resource or something. That's like how people tried to control this person in the past. And they're not going to some type of typical way to get their needs met. Because they feel like it's too authoritarian. It could have to do with you, to be honest, where they feel like you have a lot of resource, but then it's, I don't know, there's something where they want to be independent in how they meet their needs. This person is trying to be peaceful in this situation, not necessarily a diplomat though, so that keep in mind that's different. And I feel this person is at the end of the day, they could be releasing suddenly here on this, but they are bringing a lot of peaceful energy in, and they're getting ready to they want to live like a more spiritual life for real. Like this is genuine from this person. Yeah, I think this person has experienced a lot in their past, but it really is like that story of the lotus flower growing from the mud. And you might not have known this about this person, honestly. This person has a strong sense of justice. They have a strong superego. And so that's why if this is a third party situation, even if it's a company and it's like, it puts people in a weird position to have to keep your secret or anything like that. This person is not trying to put anyone in a catch-22 sort of a position where they have to lie or diminish themselves. Because there's something here about if it was the path, it would be the path, you know? And it isn't. And in order for us to take this path, we would have to really put some wrecking energy out, like, you know, towards like a lot of other people, betrayal. So this person has really learned a lesson here is what Spirit's saying, because this person has experienced betrayal and abandonment here in their past. And I feel like this was almost the cap of their lesson is, do you feel that entitles you to betray and abandon and harm other people? Like, well, I deserve this because I went through so much pain or whatever. Or do you hear like the higher, will this be the making of you kind of a thing, spiritually speaking, and this person has allowed it to be. So yeah, this person thinks you have a lot of goals that you want to achieve. They do think that you're spiritual. They think you're very, very intuitive, by the way. And they think that you put a lot of things together, but that you are ultimately protective and stagnant in this as well. They think you're mirroring. There's something here about like eye contact or watching or staring, right? From your side. Yeah, like this person has watched you achieve a lot of goals, I think, or knows that you will achieve them. And this ultimately, they think this would be unwise for you. And it would be like this person wants to say you don't have to make the mistake and then learn it the hard way. Instead, you can choose to like sacrifice this, to lay this beautiful connection and all of this temptation on some sort of like spiritual altar. And in order to honor and exalt one another on the paths that each of you has chosen for yourself based on your values. So That's what I have for you guys, pile number 3. This was beautiful. And I hope that, again, I hope this doesn't make you feel bad. I think this person sees you in a reflective energy towards their own. And they think that you want to live a good and happy life in the way that you define that for yourself, in a way that you see fit. And this person wants to do the same for themselves. And so I get the sense that this has actually, they're being very internal at the current time. And I do see this person wanting to take responsibility for any of the energy that, even if it's tempting energy towards you, for any of the energy that they put out, like that could have rocked the boat in any way or could have at all tried to pull you from your path. This person wants to take ownership of that. Yeah, so that's what I have for you guys, pile number 3. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys.